All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to 1 Hour Girls Talk. We are back for another show with you guys. So, listen, I want to welcome you all. I am Lady Bird. I'm joined here with Yvette Renee. We have Sunshine Sunny. We have Miss Maria B. We got Dawn. And we have the beautiful Miss Sharon. Yes, so we are here with another week of 1 Hour Girls Talk. And let me just tell you, I was excited for the show last week. I think the show was amazing. Listen, I learned a lot about each one of you last week. I know Miss Sharon wasn't here, so I missed her point of view, but I definitely learned a lot about you all, and I hope everyone in the audience did as well. Anything you guys want to recap about last week that not last week, on Monday, that kind of stood out for you?
Girl, Monday was amazing. As you said, we all learned a lot about each other. And listening to Miss Sunny talk, and she's young, listening to her perspective was absolutely amazing. And she's so mature for her age. So it's a pleasure.
Thank you. I appreciate you all. I'll chime in real quick. I thought it was great. I was super nervous at first, but doing great today and excited to just continue going live and doing what we do.
I
I
agree.
guess
I
I'll
think
chime in. Last week was absolutely super fantastic. I'll say what my takeaway was so many comments from the public, so many people tuning in. It just made us feel really supported and ready for today.
Yeah.
I agree. We meshed so well. And I definitely was appreciative of everyone's participation in the comment section. And I hope that we bring this good talk to y'all today, that y'all are as just as inviting and being, open with us and talking back with us.
Well, I wasn't here last week because I was ill and I'm still not feeling the best, but we have to move on. We cannot, be in limbo or be stagnant. We have to push ourselves forward. So that is what we do. But I was so proud of you all. I mean, I was emotional. And I was just so proud of you all. And I'm just glad to be here tonight. But y'all made me proud. Y'all made me proud.
Well, thank you.
Aw.
Thank you. Yes. So look, we're gonna dive right into our first topic. I'm ready to talk about this because I got something to say. So our topic for tonight is situationships versus commitment, and why are we stuck in that gray area? Okay. Because I've dealt with this before. I've dealt with being in a situationship, and I've been in committed relationships, and it you do, when you're dealing with a situationship, you do find yourself stuck in that gray area. You find yourself complacent, you find yourself settling. And I think that's one of the things I had to learn to stop doing, was settling. I was settling a lot. I remember early on, I was probably I had to be maybe in my early 20s, and this was before I ever got married. And I had a guy who, like, we did everything. You would have thought that we were in a committed relationship. And this was going on for probably almost a year or 2 years. He would come to my job, he would take me to lunch. Every day we going to lunch. My job already knew, oh, here he coming to take you to lunch. We would go eat lunch. We would go to movies. We would do all these things. We were even to the point where we were having intimate moments. But it was also not as a boyfriend or girlfriend or nothing. It was just what it was. And one day I said to him, I was like, so what are we doing? And he was like, well, I'm just not ready to be in a committed relationship. I was like, well, everything we're doing is if we were in a committed relationship. Like, I wasn't seeing anyone else, he wasn't seeing anyone else. However, we were just in this gray area. And I eventually had to just say, I can't do this. And I say, I'd rather we just go our separate ways. And that's what we did. And the crazy part is, after we went our separate ways, when we probably partied, probably the beginning of whatever year that was. So that's like January, February. I kid you not. He turned around and I saw a post on social media that said on this was probably 2007. Maybe, no, it had to be before then. But I know the date was like 7/7 something. It was July. And he was getting married. And I was like, well, what the like? So for those 2 years, we're doing this dance and this back and forth, but then all of a sudden you turn around and you getting what? I was like, wait a minute. And it ended up being the worst marriage that he could have ever been in. And we are friends to this day. Like, he and I are still friends. Like, I know his mama, sisters, family, everybody. But it was just one of those things where I found myself in that gray area, and I was just like, yo, we can't be here. So yeah, that's why I was like, I got something to say. But anybody else could chime in.
I thought she was gonna say something like he posted how much he missed me, but you had that Vesta Williams congratulations type situation. Well, you thinking y'all you this man getting married. Oh, yeah, you took me, so I wasn't expecting this. You blew my head off with that one. But
right.
that does happen. But I know when you're young, a lot of times, maybe first relationship, maybe second, you just be so excited. Oh God, we're in a relationship, everything. But I found out through my brothers and my dad, you need to say early as possible, as soon as you think that y'all have become a unit. Okay, now what are we? Are we just having relations? Are we what are we? Because a man you'll be thinking, oh, okay, I know this thing tight, because I mean I can tell by the way he treat me, by the way he love on me, by the way he provides, protects me. We in a relationship. And one of your girlfriends will be like, you know that man married with 4 kids, right? And you'll be like, well, when is he going home to his wife? Because he with me almost 24/7. What is happening? So you need to early on try to get a label as soon as possible on whatever y'all have. And God knows sometimes you still ain't safe with that. But at least you can feel like you did your part to label this thing. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I don't assume nothing. That's how I go about it. I don't assume a thing. I need my man to tell me, like, and you gotta ask me. That's another thing. You take the energy and you like, oh, I'm feeling it. We together. But that man never asked you to be his girl though. Like, he asked you, he asked the other girl he talking to, he asked the other girl he talking to, and there's a reason for that. So I don't assume nothing. I just think that we having a good time together. I think that we can enjoy in each other's company all day long. But to be in a committed relationship, that takes both parties coming together and saying that and making that clear that that's what that is, and clear to other people that that's what that is. So that's how I go about that. I don't assume nothing at all. And me, I'm like, I got my own thing going on. That's another thing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I got my own things going on. So I'm never going to get too caught up on, I'm spending all my time with this man and he's not asking me to be his girlfriend. He's not asking me to do this or do that. I got somebody else take me out next weekend anyway. So, you feel me? That's how I go about it.
Yeah. And at the age of course, I'll be 61 soon, but my last quote unquote situationship, I was in for 6 years with an older man and didn't realize it was a situationship until I stopped focusing on my businesses so much that I took some time to focus on him and see him in his own world. And then I realized I was in a situationship. He took me on trips, he did this, he did that, gave me money, but it was a situationship. And finally, I'm like, okay, I deserve a whole lot more than this. And this is a man, I mean, I literally saved this man's life. he was seconds from dying. And had I not been there, he would have died. And the next day I found out, when he gave me his laptop to, because he was not a technical person, gave me his new laptop to, download some things. And I see all these pictures and all these texts and naked women, and not one picture of me. And I've been with you for 6 years. Not one picture of me.
Dang.
That's why you got to do like Sonny said, not put all the eggs in one basket. It's many, many years, but when I graduated from undergrad, I told my husband, because I went away from school and we were dating, and he's significantly older than me, but I told him, I was like, I'm not moving back to Detroit if you're not marrying me. You know, we've been together. You know, if I come back, it's not going to be because I'm from Detroit. It's not going to be because I'm coming back for you. We either going to get married, or I'm going to get the you know what I'm saying? I don't, it was very known in the city. And I was telling Yvette, we have the original Young's Barbecue, one of the most famous restaurants in Detroit. So he's very, very well known, but I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but I know who I am and I know who I am, so I'm not forcing you to do anything. You have a decision. And I tell my daughter, she's 31. I'm like, listen, until you are ready to get married, date them all. That don't mean you got to be intimate, but
Right.
date
Precisely.
date, especially you ain't got no kids. What are you doing?
Right.
And put it to the point where it's a big saying, I'm the prize, I'm the prize. We're both the prize, right? So I'm going to pursue my options. For single ladies, that's what you should do. Pursue your options, and for those caught in a gray area, I do believe it's not about giving people ultimatum. People want to say, she gave me an ultimatum. No, I gave you a choice,
Right.
and the choice is on yours. I'm not mad at you if you don't choose me, but understand that I know who I am and somebody will.
And here's the flip coin to all of that, right? So, I mean, I've been in numerous situationships, right? But unfortunately, there's it's not fair on both sides, I want to say. So yes, you should, date until you find who fits you perfectly, and it doesn't have to be intimate. But as soon as a woman does that, now we all these different names. Let the man do that. Everybody pounding him up. You the man, blah, 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 blah. And so, it's not equal on both sides, right? And so even now in a newer generation, like Sonny's generation, it might be a little easier in that age bracket. But in our age bracket, if we're doing that, the men our ages are calling us all types of names, which is ridiculous because you doing it. Why I can't do it? I shouldn't have to settle for you. And for me, the reason that I have chosen not to even date at all is because I don't want to have to figure out where we at, what we doing. I'm not going to play those games. I don't have enough brain power to date 2-3 people at once. It just takes too much energy for me. So I'm, right off the top, look, if I start even having these conversations with you, it's because I'm looking for something to be solid. And I'm not saying looking for it to be solid in 5 years. Like, we're going to have to figure this thing out. Right. And so I do just think, that it's not fair on both sides, that yes, you should be able to weigh your options and go and try all the different pieces of candy until you find that favorite one. But for women, it's not fair because men in the world will call us certain names, but men do that. And it's like, oh, you man, you got it going on. So,
right. Yeah.
Somebody in the chat, Maria Cruz, said it's a double standard. Absolutely. And somebody else in the chat said that they've been in a situationship for 7 years. Now the choice is on you, Amanda.
Yeah. Yeah, right? It is definitely on you.
You mentioned it. Thank you for bringing it up. That it's on you. after when you finally realize, oh, okay, now, so we not in a relationship, we in a situationship.
Right.
Once you got that label, now what you do with that? I got a girlfriend been with somebody for 15 years. She just as happy as she can be. She knows that he has other women. She's satisfied. Now, if that works for you, whoop-de-doo. If they don't work for you, if that don't work for you, so that don't work for Peach. That's my nickname. That don't work for Peach. If that don't work for you, then you have to say, okay, let me remove myself from this because it don't work for me. But if it do, no judgment, beautiful. But if it don't, you need to move on because that person is taking advantage of you because you're not satisfied. You're not happy at all, you know.
Yeah. Amanda says she's gotten comfortable.
That does happen. Yeah.
And that does happen. And they like that when you get comfortable.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. We do get comfortable because we know that dating and getting to know people is so hard. You don't know if you're actually meeting the person that they truly are or the person that they think you want them to be so that they can get you to do the things that they need you to do. So I understand that. I've been in some of those, and it's, again, you need to take your power back. You will move on when you're done and tired, but the ball is in your court.
And I ain't judging nobody because I've been married. Let's see, my son 25. So I've been married 23 plus years, almost 25 years. But I hadn't been with my husband all that time. But my husband is my person for different things. So yeah. He's my person for different things. I hadn't been interested to get into getting to know someone else that way because I don't know them and they don't know me. And I don't know whether I'm meeting you or I'm meeting your representative or your cousin or your fifth personality or your sixth one. I don't know who I'm meeting. With him, I know. And like I say, I know I'm not crazy. I know it's because he's the father of my children. I'm comfortable with him. I know it probably sounds ridiculous to some people. Some days it sounds ridiculous to me. I want to cut my head off. But it makes sense to me for right now. I know I need to make a decision. Y'all leave me alone. But, that's just the reality.
We are not judging.
Not at all. Dawn, I just want to say on your comment real quick, they still got something to say, even in their 20s. So for us though, women in my generation right now, we just don't let it define us. Like, it's just, everybody's gonna have something to say regardless. And I feel like women now, we're doing our own thing. We've had a lot of stigmas on us and a lot of standards and a lot of, social eyes on us and telling us what we're supposed to do and what we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to be like. And my generation tired of it. So we doing exactly what we want to do, and you call it what you want. So that's kind of how we handling that. And it's just, I like it. It's a lot. What do they call it? What they call it, y'all? I forgot the word, but it's like liberation or whatever. So we living in that right now. Yeah.
Probably feel a little empowered,
Yes,
and we see we didn't have those options growing up. Like my mom, she would just say, find you somebody, find you a husband or whatever like that, and you're dating him and that's it. I didn't even think I could. And I grew up holding this Pentecostal. If anybody know, that's kind of like in that Kojic vein. So very, very, very religious family I grew up in. I have no thought that I could possibly dating, several people. And I didn't say sleep with them, but I said I didn't have any thought that I could possibly date several people, But I'm glad that in this generation, we know to raise our daughters a little bit different, So that's good.
Yeah.
And I wanted to read a question in the chat real quick. They said, what to do when a man tell you he want a relationship, but don't put the effort in being in that relationship?
He don't want one.
Yeah.
Because if he wanted to, he would.
Right.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, he would.
I want to go back to something that Sharon said about how we were raised. I remember I got married at 18, and I remember going to my grandmother when I found out, that my husband was seeing someone else, and I had left. And my grandmother told me, "Girl, you go back home because a piece of man is better than no man at all." And I looked at my grandmother. I said, "Big Mama, I don't even want a piece of pie. When I want a pie, I want the whole pie. I don't want a piece of anything. I deserve a whole pie. I deserve a whole man. I'm not going to settle for a piece of anything." But that's the way they were raised back then. And since we're on this subject, we want to iterate again to our audience, especially the men that are watching. We are not angry Black women.
Oh,
Sure
God.
not.
And we love y'all.
Right.
Listen.
These are just conversations that we have to have.
Absolutely. And the scare, I'm just going to say this last thing because I know we got to probably move on. That what you just said, Miss Yvette Renee, about how our grandmothers and great grandmothers lived, no matter what was happening at home, they stuck it out because that's just what they did and what they were supposed to do to make sure that there was a
that way
family, right? Like the mother and father, no matter what was going on, they stuck and out. And nowadays, when people get married and one person decides or makes this conscious decision that I'm not happy anymore, this is not working for me, and I do have a choice, people will say, "Oh, you just got married to be getting married. You don't even know what the vows meant." No, I know that I'm allowed to have peace and be happy. And if this is no longer cohesive for me, I'm able to walk away. So I'm happy again that Sunny said what she said, that this generation is looking at life and relationships a lot different. So, but go ahead, Lady Bird.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Lady Bird.
Definitely paved the way.
Yes.
What about now?
Yes.
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. All right. I'm like, so for me, I'm probably in that category of like, I'm in between, like, cause me, like my grandparents said the same thing, what's that saying? It's cheaper to keep her. They used to say it's cheaper to keep her. So our grandparents went through a lot of things. You had grandfathers that had your family and a family across the track. And that's some of the things that were dealt with. But I think like with me, yeah, I need you to figure it out. I need solid confirmation. Like I don't want to be out here wondering what nothing is or what's going on. I need it to be plain and clear. If we're in a relationship, we are in a relationship. Our goals of what we're trying to achieve in this relationship, I need to know that, because I don't want to just be sitting here wasting my time.
Right.
And that's what it really boils down to, wasting time, and that's something that I don't want to do. So I appreciate, look, all y'all had some good stuff. Look, Sharon on it tonight. She like, I'm making up for Monday.
And the chat is on fire. The chat is on fire. I wish we could read everything.
And the chat is on
fire.
Shout out to everybody. Look, real quick, let's shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. I see my girl Amanda. I see Dr. Crystal is in the chat as well. Maria, Malik made it on time today. Congratulations. Everybody that's in the chat, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Make sure you share this out to your social media platforms. We're currently live on a couple different places. You might see us on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you see this live at. Share it there and share it to someone who you think needs to see this platform, and just get them over here with you so you can have a friend to chat with in the comments.
I want to shout out my
go ahead.
I want to shout out my Aunt Kathy. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Aunt Kathy. Yes, thank you. Yes. And make sure you guys are following the show's page on Facebook. It is 1 Hour Girls Talk. And I am going to be creating a YouTube channel. So look for that so that you'll be able to subscribe to that channel soon. I know I should have had it done already, but but we are going to get it done. We got it going. So let's jump into our Women in Black History moment. So last week we honored Miss Michelle Obama. Not last week. I keep saying last week. Lord, Monday we honored Miss Michelle Obama, and tonight we want to honor another amazing woman, Embry. And what I wanted to do also, because we kind of sit here and came up with these names and found these names, I wanted to honor some people that you wouldn't normally hear about. And this is given, you know, myself, because some of these people I don't really know about or never heard of. So I'm learning as well. So I hope that you guys take something away from this moment. This, let me get her picture up. You know, I'm multitasking over here. But we got it. So this is Miss Marion Rogers Croak. Doctor, because I know when I become a doctor, I need her in the front. Okay. Right. So this is Dr. Marion Rogers Croak. And let me see. Here she is. And Dr. Marion Rogers Croak is an American engineer known for her voice over IP. So some of you guys that are a little tech savvy, you may have heard in your job voice over IP, or but she is known for her voice over IP related inventions. Dr. Croak worked for 3 decades at Bell Labs and AT&T, where she filed over 200 patents, and worked at Google since 2014 as vice president of engineering. She she has been inducted in quite a few things. In 2016, Dr. Croak was inducted into the Women in Technology International Hall of Fame. She was also inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame, the National Academy of Engineering, and the American Academy of Arts and Science in 2022. Because of these, she became one of the first 2 Black women to be inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame, joining the ranks of 48 other female inductees and 30 other Black inductees. So salute to Dr. Marion Croak. That is some achievement, I tell you, because
yes, it is amazing.
Yes.
And you know what? We can really give her accolades for us even being here. She created Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So some of her technology is continuing to evolve.
We use it every day.
Every day we are using some part of her inventions. Absolutely. Yeah. So definitely salute to her. All right, let's see here for a little juicy. Who ready for some juicy topics?
We're ready. We're ready.
Let's get it.
The celebrity gossip. Yes. So we all been wondering something. I've been wondering this. I've been seeing it questioning all over social media. So I got questions. Are they still together? Is Cardi B and Stephon Diggs still together? I'm trying to figure this out.
Because what we say, that gray area?
They gotta be in the gray area. They have to be in the gray area right now.
Because I've been wondering about this, and so here's my take on it. First of all, I love Cardi B. That's my girl, right? I love her. But my wish for her right now is, because I believe that they're broke up. I truly believe it. I believe that, there's so many, people have been posting out stuff saying that she made a video saying that they were broke up, and he supposedly had put out this statement, and then they unfollowed each other on Instagram and all of that good stuff. But I believe that they broke up because Cardi B came to her senses. I wish she would have did it before she had a baby. But I pray that this time she takes the time to love herself.
Amen.
Exactly.
She takes this time to concentrate on her businesses, her children, and she learns how to love herself. She is such a beautiful person inside and out, I believe, but she's not loving herself. she's looking to get the love from the outside, and that brings the wrong people. And I understand it because I did it for many years, right? But I truthfully believe that they're broke up, and I believe that he's gonna cut a fool and he gonna have another woman pregnant in 2 weeks.
Okay. Because they can do that.
Because he could do that. But he was never good enough for her in the first place. I wish she would. I don't know when they first met and how she didn't like red flags. Remember we talked about that yesterday?
Right.
The 4 or 5 baby mamas and the baby mother that was already pregnant when they started messing around. There were the flags that she ignored. So unfortunately, because she ignored some of those red flags, she's now in the place where she's at now. But I wish her the best of luck, and I hope that she takes some time, at least a year or so, to get to know herself and love on herself. And then she'll be able to put up boundaries and not lower herself to somebody else's boundaries and stick to hers.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's a beautiful person, and love just oozes from her. And she's a natural caretaker. And she's also an empath. I'm an empath myself, so I know how that goes. And I'm a natural caretaker. A lot of times when you like that, people will see that and they will say, oh, that's a weakness. They will latch on to you. They will feed on to everything that you need at that time. Like we were talking about, they put up a mask. They present themselves one way. You found out they're another way. They will do whatever they need to do to get you to say, oh my God, this man came to heal me. When that man came to drain you of air and leave you with a little token as a souvenir.
That man came to take you through there.
So
through there.
The energy vampire. He's an energy vampire.
Man.
Take you
So I pray
over and over again.
Right.
Yes, and I can kind of see that too. I could see him wearing this mask, or like, because a lot of times when I see certain situations like this and see like this person is with this person, I always wonder, what could he have said to her to just make her like want to be with him? Like, because first of all, he got all these kids with all these women. You just came out of a marriage, like
with the same type of man.
Yes, and I'm like, what
she got
could
the
he have
she got another offset. He just has more money.
Yeah, and as far as he done made it now, he got a little extra.
You know what the deal is with him and her? First of all, I agree with Dawn. She's hurting and she's trying to heal and she's looking for love. So that's first. But I think the deal is with him is he's jealous of her. There's a lot of men that link up with women, and we cool as long as we on the same playing field. But Cardi B performed at the Super Bowl too, right? You know, her tour is almost sold out. She flying through the roof, right? And he's losing. So I think that he's somewhat intimidated by her. That's why he keep getting these women that are less than he is, you know, that financially, you know, anytime he can dominate, that's what he's going for. He can't dominate her. I hope they not together. I hope that she picked up her marbles and left.
Oh, yes. Now, moving on to our next piece of gossipy news. We have social media content creators, Desmond and Christy Scott. Now, Desmond and Christy Scott have been married for 11 recently in December, filed for divorce. And it has been going back and forth. The rumor is that he was cheating on her with another woman. He's issued apologies. It's just a lot of back and forth going on social media. This is a couple I honestly have never heard of this. My 11-year-old daughter knew who they were. I had no clue.
Yeah, so I actually follow them, and I was heartbroken. I'm not gonna lie, I was heartbroken when I got the news, you know. And I never really am too invested into celebrity marriages and things like that. But these two, broke my heart, broke my heart. You know, you follow their story for so long. They have such a strong, well, they appear to have such a strong bond, and they built an empire together, and we were all there watching and, you know, rooting for them. So it was crazy. It was crazy that this when this happened, when this dropped, and to find out that he cheated, it was insane, especially because their roles in the relationship. I think this is why it was a big thing too, is they're not traditional roles. He's the cook, she's the bread maker, and things of that nature, and he takes care of the kids. Of course, she's there as well, but it wasn't like a traditional relationship that they had, that they portrayed to us anyway. So I feel like that was another reason why I followed them, and it set them apart from other people. But it was crazy to hear that, and I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna fall in love with no more couples, because this too much for me. I feel like I got broken up with. Like, I can't. Mm-mm.
Well, the only celebrity couple that I follow that I love is Kadeem Ellis, the Ellises, and her husband. I love them because they just seem like regular everyday people. I love them. I would be a little bit emotional if they broke up. I would be shocked because they literally just seem so perfect. But then there's something that we all have to be careful of with that seeming so perfect, because because people a lot of times they only post the good times. They don't post when I told you I ain't cooking nothing for you tonight, you low down dirty da da da. They post when, oh, the chicken Alfredo with the shrimp that you wanted is ready. They post this kind of stuff. So we have to be careful with that, but I have to be honest. I do like them. I do like them as a couple. But oh God, I forgot Tab and Chance. Yeah, I'd be mortified if they broke up too.
I love them.
Yeah.
I love
Tab and Chance. That'd be a different
thing. They may have
it's
to
a whole
admit
nother level.
if they Cher is in the hospital. What happened? Tab and Chance and broke up, girl. That might.
And I have no idea who either one of these couples are y'all talking about. Like you know, y'all made a comment about, you know, you can't get too invested in the celebrities' lives because at the end of the day, they're celebrities and they are trying to protect their brands. They're trying to protect themselves. They're trying to keep the blogs out their business. So, you know, half the time at this point too, even with Cardi B, somebody said that Cardi just posted a short video stating that she broke up with Stefan and the deal breaker was him having another child. But my thing was,
she didn't say that. She verbally said that. Yeah, she said that
when you got with him. But again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes with them. But when they put their business on blast out in the media, you know, they have to expect that people are going to comment and take their own side to it. I take it with two breaths because at the end of the day, what they do ain't paying none of my bills. They don't know who I am. And, you know, it's just a little bit of entertainment for me, but I wish them all the best.
Right. And I had a question for you ladies, as far as Christy and Desmond. Like, how do you feel about couples content, and is the ending always the same? Like, you know, what is it always a happy ever after, or is it like it's gonna end in shambles at this point? You know,
seems to end in shambles to me. And like I said, some of the reason is because they don't post the real. They don't post, like a lot of people get mad about Super Scent, I think, and her new husband. But one thing I can say about them is she posts the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now she has kind of drawn back a little bit because people have been so she pulled back a little bit. But she tends to let us know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now I can handle that. But when you show me everything is just perfect all the time, I know that can't be reality.
Right.
It's not mine. It's not my sister's. It's not my mother's. It wasn't my grandmother's. It's not any of my girlfriends, because we know that we're imperfect people. You know that we know we're imperfect. So we know that if you combine two, it's got to be some imperfections. It can never always be positive. So yeah, that's why someone said we have to take it at a grain of salt, because we know that. Yeah.
I just take it as entertainment because I don't know those people. They don't know me. I don't know what goes on in their home. I look at it as they're performing for the camera. Just to me, it's just like watching TV.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Would any of you ever do couples content? That's another question. Like,
I
say
would.
you and your
No,
man, or
no, because because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you why. At the end of the day, if we break up or you go do something stupid, that gets
public.
that attaches to me too.
Mhm.
So for me, no, you do what you do and I'll do what I do. Now I'm not saying we can't have cameos every now and then, but they're gonna be firing in between, because if you decide to go do some crazy mess, I don't want to be involved in none of that. Right. If I do
Right.
some crazy mess, I don't want to mess up your brand. So for me, no.
Right.
I know that there is a lot of people that do couples brands, but the same thing happens when they go through a breakup or something happens in one of them, the other person ends up suffering and the kids end up suffering.
The kids, yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All your friends don't like them either.
Exactly.
Because look, that be the biggest thing. Oh, well, I ain't dealing with him no more. So I'll be the first one like, well, I ain't gonna. Like,
Right.
what?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Well, I
So
would do it.
yeah.
And also, I wish my kids would go on camera, because we all sing. Listen, we like the Jackson 5 up in here, and but my children don't want a camera anywhere near them. They don't even like to take pictures. So that's out.
Yo.
They don't like to take pictures. Wow.
Dang. No social
Look,
media.
we ain't even
girls,
look.
yeah.
Teresa in the comments, she say, "La Truth and Brianna is a prime example." I don't even want to get started on the fake man. I can't stand that man. I can't stand him. But yeah, I don't even want to talk about him.
Listen, we don't have enough time to talk about them.
Man.
All right.
So let's jump into our next topic. All right, because I can't wait to hear about this here. So here's our next topic of discussion. Do we date for potential or reality? What do you think? Are we dating? What about for yourself? Do you think, for those that are dating, because I know we got some married, but if you are single and you're dating, are you dating for potential or are you dating for reality? I think for me, I'm in a relationship, so I'm past this mic. But when I was dating, I dated for, I don't know. I think I kind of had to figure it out.
Probably a mixture, don't you think? A mixture.
Yeah,
Like
I feel like it's a mixture, because you wanna give somebody a chance. Like if they say they have certain goals and aspirations, you don't want to be like, well, you ain't there yet. Like, especially depending on their age. But then it's like the reality of it is like you can't, like, it's like you want to have high standards. You want to stick to what it is you want, but then it's like, okay, I might could give him a chance if he like right here. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of like that in between a little bit. Still sticking to my high standards.
When I was dating, really dating, I think after I went through all of the foolishness, I think I was dating for reality, and that was the reason why I'd be like, okay, purple flag, I'm out. Because the reality is, I figured if I thought it was a blue rabbit and it looked at green, it was probably a blue rabbit. And so now I'm not even going to chance it to see if it was actually blue. So I think, even now when, people have tried to even talk to me or had conversations with me, it's like the reality is he probably lying. The reality is if I saw him in a car with some woman that I ain't never saw before, that's probably his baby mama that he ain't told me about. So for me, it's the reality. I don't got time to give nobody the benefit of the doubt no more. Either you is or you ain't.
Right. And for me, after my last relationship, I just choose not to date anymore because I'm tired. I don't have the energy to put into it anymore. Because I've went through, so much. Every man that I have dated has been a disappointment. So there was never a time when I was truly happy. So at this point in my life, I am truly happy. I make Yvette Renee happy. And I don't want anyone in my life because one, I'm too old to be catching a case because I will hurt the next man because I'm tired and I'm too damn old to catch a case. Two, I've gotten to the point where I just love not having to have someone ask me, well, where you going? What time you coming back? What you doing? Are you coming over? No, because I'm not coming to your house. You ain't laying in my bed. I'm not coming. You're not coming to mine. It's just not going to happen. So if I see a flagpole, it doesn't even have to be a flag. If I see the pole, nope.
Oh, wait.
No.
Said if I see the pole. Oh
Right.
my goodness.
So,
you know
I
what,
don't
Miss Yvette? I feel like you need, like, because I know you say the last guy was like, what, 70 something?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe
Don't you
if
say
you
it?
did, yes, I would say it.
If I
feel
what?
like
Maybe
if
you need somebody
went to
younger.
a younger
Girl,
guy.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, she shooting it down,
Maybe
y'all. She
like-
shooting it down.
Maybe like
No.
mid to late 50s. I feel like that
No,
might
girl, I'll be 61. Mm-mm.
Go crazy. Get you a 20-year-old. No, I'm playing.
My sons are 36 and 39. So, and I have a 42-year-old daughter. So ladies, I am just really, really enjoying me. I live in Florida. So, and I have been here in Ohio with my daughter and my son-in-law because they had a new baby in December. So I've been here since November, and I'm not going home until the end of March. I couldn't do that if I had a man in my life.
That's true.
I'm at the point in my life I get up and I do what I want to do. I get up and I go. I don't want a phone call. I don't want to go on a date anymore. When I get dressed and put on makeup, it's for me. I'm not trying to impress a man anymore. I did that my whole life. And now I have sold my businesses. My kids are grown. I am enjoying, and when I tell you I am enjoying grandmothering, I am enjoying it to the fullest. I couldn't do that if I had a man in my life. I couldn't be here all these months and bond with my new granddaughter if I had a man. So no, I don't want one young, old, in middle age. No, I'm done. I'm good.
That's valid.
I don't even want a male dog. I'm good.
And you don't want a male cat either because they spray. But anyway,
Right.
I don't date for potential. I used to, when I was just getting into dating and things, just like y'all had mentioned. And I quickly realized that's not gonna work for me. And I show up as myself 100% of the time, all the time. That don't mean a man is gonna show up the same way. I learned that quickly too. And it took me some time, but it's like you said, you want to give somebody a chance. You want to see where it goes. He might got some ambition. He might have got a little fire. But in reality, what's really been done? Because the bills are real. Okay? Me, I'm real. The responsibilities are real. Commitment is real. So it's like, you can't really go off of what could be and things like that. I just, it's never been for me. Been there, done that, and I'm cool. You got to show me the Carfax straight up. Like, I got to be able to see it. I got to be able to relate to it. I got to be able to physically, something physically, and we can go from there. But I'm not dating for potential, what you could, should, woulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Okay? So,
Yeah.
Cool on that.
Show me the man facts. That's what I call it, a man facts.
Okay, I know that's right.
I like that, man facts.
Yes, because I'm definitely searching everything. Once I know your first and last name, I'm in all the databases.
I'm so bad at that. I don't never stalk people. I need to start.
Let me do that.
Once I know your first and last name and your date of birth, I'm in all the databases because I need to
Girl,
make
let me tell you, that is so true, because that's all I need to know. I'm going to find out. I found out how many properties the man had, where the ex-wife lived, house still in him and the ex-wife. My mother used to tell me, you should have been a detective, because even before the internet, there is nothing that I can't find out. Nothing that I can't find out. And now everything is public record. So I'm going to do my research as as a man should do with me. But see, with me, I'm an open book. I'm going to tell you everything up front.
Right. Exactly.
Whereas they don't do that. So we have to become detective. I'm too old to be a detective now. I'm retired.
And that's the thing. I'm surprised more people don't do that. But like you said, it takes a lot of energy to do it. But sadly, nowadays you have to. So, and even if you think, here's my thing: you meet somebody you never met before, and they tell you that their name is John Doe. That don't necessarily mean that's what their name is. So now you got to figure out: is this really your name? There is so many questions now you have to ask when you're dating. It's just tiring. It's just tiring.
It is tiring. So that's why 99% I'm to myself because of that, how tiring it is dating.
Well, see, that's why I probably would like to maybe find somebody else. I'm gonna be honest. And of course, I have gentlemen that try, but I'm not, since we're being honest, and I try to always be an honest person, I'm actually scared to even give them a try. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm literally scared because I don't know whether you're telling me the truth or not. I don't want to open myself up to be hurt like that. I really just don't. I'm at peace. I'm happy, with my work, with my children, with everything I've got going on, and I really just don't want to open myself up to something like that too, if that makes sense. I don't even want to, because I just thinking about what y'all were telling. Lozada's daughter didn't even know that the father of her child was a felon. She didn't know anything about this man. That I was shocked. I listen, like older people say, it left me verklempt. I didn't know how to feel. I was like, I know where this little girl ain't saying she does not know this man's background. There was so many things her mother, who thought it was so funny, that was horrible. But she didn't know anything about this man. She has a child with this man, and once the child is involved, you are tethered to that person for the rest of your life. And people don't like to hear that, but that's a fact. That's why you have who you have children with, because you're tethered to that person.
Yeah.
I see Maria said in the chat, sometimes we have to give a guy's benefit of the doubt. Can't always enter so defensive. Trust me, I've been hurt. It is tiring, but worth it, I guess, for me. And that's true. And I try, so that's my friend, and she knows me. She knows I will instantly, as soon as I told you, I think I'm playing. I've had numerous people, guys try to talk to me, and immediately, as soon as you say one thing wrong, I'm done. But it's hard for me because of past stuff, right? And I don't want to bring my past baggage into somebody who, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm trying to weigh that part out too, right? Okay, I still need to continue to work on me. So I meet somebody maybe who is a good person, right? And may possibly be a fit for me. But do I feel like I'm fully ready yet? No, I don't, because I'm still carrying baggage. And so you may catch some of these stray bullets that ain't got nothing to do with you. And now, I mess up a good thing. So I have that own understanding in myself too.
Yeah, that's why I said too old to be catching a case.
Somebody said life is all about taking chances, but it sounds like y'all looking for perfection.
Well, let me.
No.
Let me chime in real quick.
I am not looking for perfection.
Yeah,
I just don't want it.
I'll give a perspective, even though I'm not on the dating scene, right? My mother told me, even in marriages, and this goes to what you were saying, Sharon, about the fake couples or the fake love. If somebody tell you in a perfect marriage, they in a perfect marriage, they're a perfect lie, right?
Perfect lie.
So you don't come into any relationship, woman, man, woman, perfect. You two broken people that come together, right? It's a gamble.
Yeah,
Whether
it is.
whether they tell you their correct name on their government, they show you their my chart, they got a full-time job, they got a ton of money, it's still a gamble, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pick and choose. Am I willing? Is this person worth it enough for me to gamble on? Right? You know, that's why you see other people until you make a decision that this is the one that, that I want to take this chance with. Because until you take your dirt nap, it's going to
Yes.
be a gamble for
Yeah.
all of us. It's a even people are in marriages and coming down with HIV in full blown marriages, right? You know, so you thinking this to have to
Yep.
hold better for worse, sickness and health, you know, to death do you part. Shoot, we've been talking about Cardi that stepped out on her during marriage, right? Now Stefan did the next dummy that done stepped up, you know, but he stepped out during the marriage. We've been giving out to shout out to people that we know. First of all, thank you for everybody coming from all around the country. I see people chiming in from all around the country.
Mhm.
Anitra Watson is here, from my friend from Western Michigan University, where I went for undergrad. Hey, Steph, I see you. But it's a gamble. No matter
Yeah.
what, good, bad, they could be black with
Yeah.
white stripes, polka dot, millionaire. It's all a gamble. It just
Mhm.
is.
Dating is scary. Like Sharon said, scary. Capital S, capital Y, all of that. It's you just don't know what you're gonna get. It's not even about perfection. I mean, you have standards.
Right.
There's such things as standards, but if you can't meet them and you feel like I'm looking for perfection, I mean, if that's what you call perfection, I guess you're not it. Like, but those are my standards. If you
Right.
can't meet them, that's on you.
Exactly.
I can't be. What you want me to do about lower them? Not gonna do
Exactly.
that. Change
Yeah.
them up. Not gonna do that. What y'all say? It's a billion of people in the world. Why would I lower my standards for you? Like,
Mhm.
and you could feel some type of way about it, but I don't know. Be better so you can be with me. That's how I feel. I mean, do what you gotta do to be with me. Then, like, you know, it's not even about perfection. It's just everybody has their person. There's a perfect person for you, but nobody's perfect. So yeah, it's never been a perfection thing. But y'all just can't come with any and everything. You got to know who you coming to. I
Right.
feel offended when a man comes to me with anything. I'll be like, you really thought you could get me? Like coming to me like that? I'm shocked and I'm blocking you now. Like I can't do it, you know. So you keep your standards.
Right.
Never
Yeah.
lower them. Like Maria said, never lower your standards.
Sonny,
Right.
I have been thinking about since our last episode. I feel like I'm in a movie. On our last episode of Girls on our last episode, when you was like, the guy asked you for $5.
$5.
Oh, y'all
$5.
preaching now.
I
I
only
go
got cash. I
lower.
only got cash. What am I do? Like, boy,
I go lower than that. I'm in DC.
$5.
You got $2.50. And also, I was wondering if sometime me and you could go out. My son looked at me and I looked at my son. I said, don't you tell nobody.
Wow.
That's all I could get out. Don't you tell nobody. That is
250?
go where, sir? Go where? You can't even go to
Outside.
the tater store. You
In
don't
this
even
economy, you can't get nothing for $250.
nothing. There's nothing you can buy for $2.50.
Yo, that's crazy.
You can't even buy eggs. You can't even buy a 12 count of eggs for $2.50.
Mm-mm.
I just told him, sir, here's $2.50. I said I use the carrot, a couple dollars in case, for to help maybe somebody need it. I said, but here you go. God bless you. And no, thank you, baby. Listen, I'm married.
Look, you need that more than I do. I'm gonna let you have that. Like,
All right, y'all. So listen, great topic. That was a good topic. Now, are y'all ready for the real juicy for the night? So listen, we told y'all we needed y'all for our sip and spill. Hold up, get our glasses for our sip. Man, we needed that tea, baby. We needed that tea. So listen, we got some tea for y'all. So y'all ready? So this Now, this is what's going to be interesting. A couple of them have already heard this letter, but some of them have not heard it, so they mouth finna drop. All right. So the subject line for this letter is, my partner's best friend is destroying us, and I think they've crossed the line. All right. Are y'all ready? Look at Maria's face. Maria like, oh, wait. All right. So, dear Sip and Spill, you're pouring something, y'all pour something strong, because this is a full-on train wreck, and I'm the conductor who couldn't stop the damn thing. Keep me 100% anonymous. No names, no hints, nothing. I've been holding this poison in for months, and if I spill it now, I'm going to explode. We've been together 5 years. Thought we were solid, moved in together, taught rings, the whole future thing. Then his best friend from college, we'll call her Snake for my insanity, started coming around more after her breakup. At first, it was innocent, group hangouts, venting sessions. She needs support. You know, cool. I'm not the jealous type, so I didn't think anything of it. But then text at 2 a.m. started. The inside jokes I wasn't in on. The way he light up when her name popped up in his phone. I asked what's up, and he gaslight me. Oh, you're just being paranoid. She's just a friend. Y'all remember that song? Look, you say he just a friend. Meanwhile, I'm finding her lipstick on his collar. Cause yeah, I be checking. Don't judge me. Deleted messages I recovered. There were screenshots of flirty, you're the only one who gets me crap, and him working late when I knew he was at her place helping move the furniture. Yeah. Last month it blew up. I confronted him with proofs, texts where she straight up said, I wish you weren't taken. And he replied, me too sometimes. He cried, swore it was emotional only, nothing physical, begged for forgiveness. She said he was confused, that our routine got boring, but he loves me. I stupidly believed him because I love him too much. We worked it out. We talked about therapy, having more date nights, him promising to have boundaries. Except I caught them again last week. He said he was grabbing drinks with friends from work. I showed up. Maybe it was my intuition calling, or I don't know. Or they were at a bar. They were at a bar booth. Her hand was on his thigh under the table. They was laughing like teenagers. When he looked up and saw me, he froze and she smirked. I walked out before I caused the scene, but on the inside, I was shattered. Now he's blowing up my phone. It wasn't what it looks like. She's just comforting me. Don't throw us away over nothing. And nothing. I've lost sleep. I've dropped weight. I've questioned every memory we've ever had. Part of me wants to burn it all down, except, burn it all down. I turn to her friends. I want to screenshot everything, and I want to leave him ruined. Another part of me wants to fight for us because 5 years isn't just nothing. But how do you unsee that smirk? How do you trust again when the lies keep stacking? Am I crazy for staying this long? Should I spill everything to her circle of friends and watch it implode? Or do I just walk away quietly before I become the villain in my own story? I feel like I'm drowning in this mess, and I can't tell if love is worth the poison anymore. Thanks for letting me get this out. I'm sipping something dark tonight and probably crying into it. Signed, a list discovery away from total chaos.
Baby,
child.
Listen.
Oh, hold on.
Whew, you know what Dawn gonna say.
Read that.
Listen, I get it. No, because I get it. Because I don't want y'all to think that I've never been in these type of relationships. I am. But from what I know now, There are so many reasons she needs to walk away immediately. Immediately. There are so many reasons that she needs to walk away. Now, the petty in me is like, and don't walk away without imploding everything.
Right.
Post everything on the internet, da, 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 da. But the other part of me is like, no, for your sanity, just walk away. Even though it's gonna be hard, baby, you're gonna have days when you cry and you miss him and you're gonna feel like you so lonely. But that will fade, and the peace that will come over you will be a peace you never know. But if you stay in that, it's not gonna just be her, it's gonna eventually be somebody else. And unfortunately, you may end up with something more than just a headache. And so my suggestion to you is, my love, I know it's hard and you were with him for 5 years, but how do you know for 5 years they weren't messing around the whole time, and no memory that you have is actually a real memory? So for your sanity, I would say walk away.
Walk away.
Yeah. And he
Walk away,
gaslighting,
run away, skip
I'm
away.
thinking all these words: gaslighting, narcissistic. They all popping out. Like, sir, what do you mean you're not gonna ever do it again? And then now you done turned around and did it again. That's crazy.
It's almost domestic violence. It's without the physical part of it. You are being emotionally abusive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to tell her, she said in her letter, I know that I look like I'm crazy. You're not crazy. Everybody has been in a trick bag at some point in their life. Everybody has been in a trick bag. That's not me. That's not me. So what you can do is maintain the dignity that you have now, right? You can maintain your love for self and leave. And what I will tell you, and I'm speaking directly to you, girlfriend, is don't block him on any social media. Let him see your glow up. Because life is just going to keep getting better for you. You may hurt initially, and you wrote us. We appreciate you being vulnerable and writing us, but you know the answer to the question. You know what's going on. Make your exit plan. You know how we are as women. And I'm sitting here with a team of brilliant women. Make your exit plan. Start saving your money, right? Whatever you got to do, make your exit plan. But you're not stupid. You're not crazy. We've all played the fool. You ever heard the song? I've been a fool. You gave me the runaround. It's okay. Don't block them. Leave them and leave with your dignity.
Yep. Like Dawn was saying, like on one hand, you want to be petty and run them through and say everything to everybody and show all the pics and screenshot and share. And he did this to me. He did. You got to let everybody know. But on the other hand, when you're not in that space no more, like something like that don't go away. You know, so when you're not in that space no more and you go back and you look how vulnerable you made yourself and how many people you involved into the business and all that, you're like, dang, like I did all that. Like I don't even care about that man no more. I'm not even heard about it no more. Like, you know, don't give it more energy than it needs. You've put 5 years of energy into the man. He been giving you the runaround. This is your time now. This is your choice. He's getting it's on, the ball is in your court. You do what you do with this information. It's up to you at this point. And you take that, and I'm hoping you're taking it and you're running, but and doing something for yourself, pouring back into yourself. You're gonna have to do some work on yourself. You're gonna have to give yourself love because you've been getting artificial love from a man for 5 years. So that's gonna take some time to get back to yourself. And that's fine. And so, and it's like some people are afraid to be alone, or, you know, I've been like this for 5 years and I don't know what I'm gonna be without a man, or I don't know if, you know, there's all type of thoughts going on in a woman's head when a big change like that happens, but it'll be all right. The world's not gonna end. There's billions of people in the world. He's not the only one. And for sure, you don't want to run to him again. So let's leave him where he at and you'll run into somebody much better. I promise you.
Definitely.
I always tell people this too. Anytime You are just giving somebody just love, positivity, 100% of yourself with nothing but love and blessings and unity. And I just want us to be the best we can be and build. Anytime you have all those emotions and all those positive thoughts behind you that you're giving a person, whether it's sexual, whether it's just a friendship, anything, when they do spiteful, evil, conniving, low down things and they give that energy back to you, you don't have to do a thing. Because the universe, God, whatever you believe in, whatever deity you believe in, they're going to give it right back to them. They're going to give it right back to them. So you don't have to give them nothing. You just exit and you continue to excel. And like sister said, do not block them. Don't care who tell. If anybody tell you to block him, you block him. Because he need to see how God gonna shine you up, like to have you sitting like the sun. And he need to give you every bit of it. Every bit of it.
Yeah.
Oh, poor baby. Got some decisions to make.
Yeah, and if and when you do decide to step away, I pray that you take the time to get to know yourself, that you don't rush into something else. Take the time, at least 6 months, to just get to know you, to really think about and figure out what you want and what you don't want, and be okay with putting up the boundaries. I know somebody said, it feels like when we were talking, we want somebody that's perfect. We want somebody that's perfect for us. And having boundaries is not being picky. Having boundaries is knowing what you want and what you're not going to allow. So if you decide to and take our suggestions and kind of run away from that situation, please also take the time to get to know you, to love yourself. Because once you love yourself enough, you enjoy your own company enough, you won't put up for none of that. When I started loving myself and enjoying my own company, I didn't have time or space to deal with all of that nonsense. Because baby, I'm good over here.
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. All right. So now this is my favorite part of the show here. Yeah. Yes. Where them sexy men at? Look, Don was like, we need to see him without a shirt this week. I ain't seen no picture without a shirt that I like. So tonight you gonna see the same picture of this fine chocolate man that you saw Monday. But then again, so enjoy looking at me, okay? Just so y'all know, he looking at me. This is our segment. This is Sexy of the Week. So what we also want the audience to do, if you know a man that you would like to nominate to be showcased as Sexy Man of the Week, all you have to do is when you see the post go out on our social media pages, you could tag them, put a picture in the comments, say a name, whatever it is, and we are going to pick a Sexy Man of the Week. Now, this is none other than
picture in.
Huh?
Or he could put his own picture in.
Yeah, or fellas, you can submit your own pictures, absolutely. But we just want to make sure it's a sexy picture, okay? That's what we want, sexiness.
Right.
But this is Method Man. Method Man is a member of the Wu-Tang Clan rap group. He is now an actor. He is also a philanthropist. He has some things he does in philanthropy. Mm-hmm. He's just amazing. Like, he handsome. If you want to see him with his shirt off, definitely go and Google his name. You're gonna find. Yeah, he fine and he's sexy and and he looking at me.
He's fine.
Yes, he is. And he always been fine. Like, even I think one of my favorite videos, like music videos, is the one with him and Mary J. Blige. Because he just be sitting there having that cap on, and he be showing that one eye, and he just be going. I'd be like, oh yes.
Even the The
I was
bad
like,
out
yeah,
in the
Missy, you all I need, sir. But yeah, so that is our sexy man of the week. I can't wait to see who we have for next week. All right. We got one more little topic that we're going to discuss before we go into our new music alert. So the other topic that I also wanted us to discuss tonight is men who want traditional women but aren't traditional men. And I wanted to talk about this because this kind of goes a little bit hand in hand with the last topic that we just discussed with the potential versus a lot of these men, they assume that they're traditional men. And for me, when I think of the term traditional man, this is what I envision. And you all might have a different thought. So if y'all have a different thought, I want to hear it. For me, when I think of a traditional man, I'm thinking of that man that, mama always be saying she wants you to bring her, the man that really just a man that values chivalry. I feel like chivalry is very traditional. You open the doors, you pulling out chairs, you making sure that I'm not walking on the side of the curb up, with the street, Shoot, I would love for a man to put his jacket down so I could cross a puddle. I know that ain't happening in 2020, in the 21st century, that ain't happening. But when I think traditional man, I'm thinking that sense of, and then also the traditional values, the man that goes to work, not I'm going to work and you sitting in the house playing video games. You going to work. Maybe I work, maybe I don't. Some really true traditional men don't want their women to work. If my man told me right now, you ain't got to work, I got it, just take care of the house, guess what? I'm finna take care of the house.
Okay.
So, a lot of men, I feel like they want to throw themselves in that traditional category, but they don't even really know what it means. So they want a traditional woman. They want a woman, again, there's that word, to be that they want that submissive woman. And they want that woman that's traditional, but they don't realize they're not even traditional themselves.
Right.
So what do y'all think about that?
Oh, girl. I'm going to let you ladies weigh in on that because, like I said, I've given up.
Well, exactly like what you said. My main concern is this right here. If we have an understanding, when you say about the video games, I know exactly what you're talking about. But if your profession is playing video games, now that's a different story. Because there's so many people that make millions of dollars just streaming. Now that's your profession. You're making an income. But I'm talking about, no, you're not going to just sit home and play video games all day with you and your cousin Billy Bob. And I'm out here at the hospital nursing, working like a runaway slave. No, we don't have that. That's unacceptable. But if that is how you earn a living, that is something different. But it's very much so men out here who they want a traditional woman, but they're not traditional at all. They literally don't want to pay no bills. They don't want everything got to be 50-50. To be honest, hell, if you want to, girl, you can pay for it all. They're not traditional men. Now, if you want me to be a traditional woman, then you got to step into your part as a traditional man and be the leader and the provider. So if we're going to do it like how you want it to be, or we can have our own conversation and decide what's best for both of us. But then we both are going to have to set what role you're going to play, what role I'm going to play. And then we got to stick to it. We can't be bouncing around you this all over the place. We got to stick. We got to come to an understanding and an agreement and an alignment and stick to it so that we can climb higher and, make this thing an effective unit that is working and keep the ship afloat. I don't want to be on a sinking ship. I don't want to be on a sinking ship by myself. So I know I don't want to be on a sinking ship with somebody's son that ain't got a bit of sense, or daughter, because I am bi. So yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I got a lot going on. But yeah, I don't want to be on a ship that's going down. Because, baby, I'm not going to play the violin until it go down. I'm getting off of there.
Yep. Well, to comment on that, I think that what I've been seeing is men have an idea of what they think a traditional man is and what traditional men get when you are a traditional man. But they don't actually have the skills that they need. They see it on the outside, but you have to remember it's going to be you and that woman. So you have the outside persona of, oh, I gotta take care of this and I gotta take care of that, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But when it gets to the meat of the situation, when y'all talking about a partnership in life, it's not just gonna look like, oh, I got a submissive wife and she's just doing everything. Like they want the benefits and they think that they're doing what they need to do, but they're not actually doing what they need to do. They're doing just enough to try to get the benefits. And if you're a real woman, you're able to see that early on, that he's doing just enough to be able to get the submission. You got hot food every night. He could talk to you any type of way. Because I know that was how it was in back in the day. They talk to you any type of way. Not me though. I'm not going for that. But like they do just enough, and you got to be able to see through that. There's traditional men out there. There's men who really do take care of business, good with their hands. Because the traditional man, like, you got to be good with your hands. You got to be good financially. You got to be good with things. And it's not just we coming in empty handed. This is a partnership. So I'm saying this, but believe me when I say everything that I'm expecting from a man, I'm going to give back in that relationship 110% as well, in the ways that I know how to give back. But I believe we have roles. So you play your role and I'm gonna play mine, trust. But it's not gonna be one-sided. It's not gonna be, I'm putting 110 into this and you're doing just enough, so you keep getting that 110. No. We're not doing that. But there are real men out there. There are traditional men out there. You just got to be able to see through it and see what's really going on to the core. Take your time and really get to know that man and do tests and stuff. That's another thing I've been trying, is like test what, because not every test gonna work for everybody. So if you got a certain thing you're looking for in a man, you make up these test questions or these test actions or the things you want, and see what that man gonna do, and that will show you personally, to you and in front of your own eyes, if that man is for you and what you're looking for. So that's something I've been trying out too, is just kind of testing them and seeing what they bring and how they act. They don't know they're getting tested, so they gonna act exactly how they need to, and it's gonna show you what you need to know. So
I think too, a big thing with men who, that word traditional, right? Traditional woman. Most, in a lot of relationships, communication is not there at all. People in general almost don't even know how to communicate with each other, right? They don't know how to be open with each other. They don't know how to be truly honest with each other. The mindset of most people nowadays is I got to get mine. It's just about me, and I don't want you trying to take what I didn't built up or whatever. So when a man is saying he wants a traditional woman, what is that really in 2026? Because truthfully, I feel like the generation under me, I'm 53, right? And so I'm talking about people in their 20s and 30s and even maybe low 40s. The traditional man woman person is not what we remember from our parents and our grandparents. Now you have some people that are still thinking about that person, but again, as Sonny said, they're not fulfilling the role on their part. But I feel like a huge part of it is there's no communication. There's no communication at all. Oh my goodness. Like it has been said, we're not sitting down and saying, this is what I'm looking for. This is what the part I'm going to play in this relationship. And this is what I'm expecting from you. Can you actually fulfill this contract?
Mm-hmm.
People are not having those conversations. People are not even having those conversations when they're in situationships before they become sexual with people. People just out here doing whatever. And so, for somebody to say, I want a traditional woman or a traditional man, what is that? And what part are you supposed to play in this relationship? If I'm this traditional woman to you, what is your role in this? What do I get out of this? Because truthfully, in a relationship, it's a give and take. I should be getting something from you. You should be getting something from me. And we should both be happy. But I feel like today, that's not happening. People are not really communicating. People are not really being honest. And I think people don't even know what they really want. They look at other people's stuff. And, when you talk about, I want what she got, oh, you got it going on over there. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Maria said in the comments, a lot of men are looking for a mother.
That's true.
They want a mother that they can sleep with. I know that sounds disgusting. I'm not talking about.
I ain't never heard it like that, girl. Mother they can sleep with.
I'm from South Carolina. I give it to you straight, no chaser. I'm not actually saying like Oedipus, not in that sense. But what I'm saying is also kind of like in that sense. They want a person that does everything for them, and then at night they want to ride them down. And okay, that's okay. I don't mind that. But what am I getting out of this, sir? You think I want to go to the hospital and work 12 and 16 hours, come home, cook dinner, clean up after everybody, do all the laundry, and then have to get up there and ride them cowboy all night, then go back in the morning and run up and down them halls and give medicine and listen to people talk crazy to me and say, oh my God, yes, ma'am. Yeah. Then come back home and do the same thing again. No, buddy, this is not going to be peace in this house because I'm not in peace. My body, my mind, and everything's into turmoil emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. So no, this house not going to be peaceful. It's going to be chaotic because we got chaos going on up in here, whether you realize it or not.
Everything misconstrued it right now. Nobody know what they supposed to do. Some people know what they supposed to do and just ain't doing it. It's all type of stuff going on. It's just like it's too much. And then you come with I want a traditional woman, and you look at how you looking. No, like and you acting how you acting. No. You don't even know how to write a check. No, just please. It's you can't do that. You don't have what your granddad and your dad or possibly dad, but your granddad, great grandparents, like you don't. They were raised that way. They had classes. They had gentlemen classes. Ladies had ladies classes. I grew up in a time where my mom thankfully taught me how to be a lady and kind of trickle down a little bit, but it was like y'all was in some intense, because back then it was like y'all was being raised up to get married. That's not even the standard right now. So it's like you're looking at what people used to do, and we're in 2026. So like Dawn said, what does that look for us like for us in 2026? I think that's why there's so much confusion there and so much conflict, because it's like you're looking for something from 18 something, early 90s something, and we're in 2026. It's going to look different for us now. Now we need to adjust and adapt to what traditional looks like for us now. And then you can pursue that. That's cool. But you're going after something that done gone and went. It's not going to work that way.
I like what few people have remarked on this, but Annette and Lady Bird highlighted it. And she said, you need to make sure your money is taken care of and discussed. The majority of marriages don't fail because of infidelity. They fail because of money, right? And however you start off that marriage or relationship is going to be how it's going to be, right? My uncle used to tell me separate money is separate problems. Guaranteed. Once the bag ain't right, it don't matter how good the loving is, the love is, the cooking is, or whatever. If the ends don't meet, it's not going to work. And when I think of a traditional man, I was raised in a household, my stepfather took care of everything. He did. My stepfather, he took care of everything. And when that is not the case, we keeping it a buck, right? When that is not the case, a woman loses respect for a man.
Mm.
She does. She may not say it, but she loses respect for a man. You cannot maintain as you would the level of respect for a man if he not taking care of business. You just not you're not gonna be able to do it. And I get that, women can be making so much more than a man and you supposed to come together. But for me, the man is supposed to carry the lion's share. And say you can't carry the lion's share financially. Lady Bird said she not taking out no trash. You better be taking out the trash. You
Okay.
better be out there building a shed.
Something.
You better be doing something, right? But if you doing everything like Sharon talked about, I'm working, I'm cooking, I'm paying the bills. Nah. And somebody said, and I'm perimenopausal, right? On top of it.
Oh my God.
Nah, no. And I mean, I was almost, shoot, I'm almost scared to say some of the stuff I'm saying here. But trust me, if the ends don't meet financially, it's gonna be a problem. You can get over a lot of stuff. You can't get over being broke.
And I like what Ines Maria said, money and lack of communication, right? Like we've all said that, and somebody told me, I was talking to somebody the other day, I don't know who it was, and they were saying that when they got ready to get married, their pastor said to them, there needs to be 4 or 5 accounts when you go into this marriage. The account that y'all share together, y'all own separate accounts, the money where the bills get paid out of, y'all just random money account, and I think I said your separate account. But again, people are so dishonest about money because and I'm gonna be truthfully honest, when I got married this last time, I'm let you know, she did not know what I made. We had nothing together. Your money was your money. My money was my money. Don't ask me how much I got. Don't ask me where to that's just me. I'm being honest because I wasn't raised in a home. I was raised in the system. So everything I did was me trying to learn stuff on my own. And all I know was that people tried to take stuff from me. So I wasn't going to open that door till that I got $10,000 in the bank. Now you think, you know what I'm saying? You entitled to my money. No, you're not. I worked for this money. You didn't work for this money. This is my money. Now, if I choose to give you something, but that was bad, right? Like I know that was bad, but we also didn't have communication because I wasn't honest about all of my income, right? Because I hid that. I held that back. And so that was a problem too. And I'm sure they weren't as honest about certain things, but communication and finances, that will burn a relationship to the ground. And so if you're not having these conversations in the beginning before you even get married, it's not gonna last. I'm sorry. I don't care how much praying you do. It's not gonna last. If you ain't financially okay with each other, financially honest, and having good communication. Now listen, I'm not saying that you have to be millionaires. But if we're going to struggle because we honest and we just happen to land on struggle. But we're going to get out of this together. We're going to communicate about this and we're going to both work hard as we can to get to a better place. But if we not, tied together in that string that's supposed to be tied and can't be broken, it's just not going to last.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes. Look, y'all definitely touched on a lot. Oh, you got something else, Sharon? You want to add real quick?
No, I was just going to say what she was saying. What Dawn was saying is accurate, but God knows, like we were saying earlier, and everyone has said it. You just got to be careful that conversation. Okay, a worker. I love to work. We can actually have a maid come in here and clean. But she can't be pretty now. But I don't mind working. But now you gonna work too, right? Now I want to pay this house off for 15 years, so I want you to work extra. We're gonna work extra. And next thing you know, this, yes. So then sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yeah. It'd be like that.
Yes.
It'd
That was a
be-
great look. We had some good conversation tonight,
It's some
baby.
good combos.
Woo.
I love it.
And the
Yes.
chat again is on fire. Thank you all
Man, the
so
chat
much
is going.
for
Shout out to Peaches
talking black.
Laney. Yeah, shout out to Peaches Laney over here on YouTube. She said, I really love this group of women. So I appreciate that, girl. Yes. We love you back. All right. So I want to talk about some new music real quick. I'm not gonna be too lengthy with it, but you know, I'm a music girl, so I gotta throw this in here. All right. So for tonight, new music alerts. Ella May. She is Ella May is actually from the UK, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I know that she has that I call it the London accents. I can't do it. I done tried my whole life. I can't talk like I'm from London for nothing. Okay. But she came out with her third studio album, and it's titled "Do You Still Love Me?" It came out on February the 6th. I listened to some of the album today, and let me tell you, it's so good. I haven't gotten to one song that I wanted to skip yet. Okay. This is one of those albums that she worked on. And it became it's like an album of personal reflection, and ability for her. This is also one that she did, based on some of the things that she was dealing with throughout her pregnancy, because when she wrote this album, she was pregnant. And then she also dealt with some postpartum things. And so this album is very intimate, and it kind of, reflects on some of the things that she dealt with. Now, one of the producers on this album I always laugh because when I first heard this on one of, I think, Kendrick Lamar songs, they was yelling mustard. I was like, why they yelling mustard?
Yeah.
But the Mustard is a music producer. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm finding out that he's actually a very amazing music producer. So he was one of the ones that did the production for this album. And I haven't heard a song yet where I heard somebody yelling mustard, but I feel like it's gonna be coming up. It's one of the songs they gotta yell mustard. That's his trademark.
Yeah.
It's his trademark. But, yeah, it's his trademark. But I recommend you guys go and take a listen to this album. It's really, it sounds really good. I think she did do a couple samples on this album. So if you like me and you always hear music like, that sounds like a sample. She did. There was I think 2 samples that were used on this album. One of them was "Say My Name" from Destiny's Child, and the other one was the song "Neither One of Us" by Gladys Knight and the Pips. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I love that song too. So she has 2 songs. Her song titled 100, and then the other song, that's the one that titles Gladys Knight. And then the other song is "Tell Her," which samples the "Say My Name" song. So absolutely, make sure you go check that album out. Now, the next thing that I want you guys to do, and we're going to be starting, if you've already, as a woman, sent us in, your nomination, or say, hey, I want to do this. I'm going to be going through, we're going to be collecting that information. But if you are a female entrepreneur, love for you to women in business that fellas, if you know a woman in business and you want to nominate them, please feel free to do so, because we want to showcase them. So Monday, someone is going to be getting a 10-minute spot. They're going to be able to come on here with us, and they're going to be able to talk about their business. We're going to have 10 minutes. You can talk about your products that you sell, whatever it is, if it's a service that you provide, whatever it is, your websites, anything. I'm going to give you that time to do that. And that's going to be starting on Monday. And we're only going to do it twice a month. But for this month of February, we're going to be doing it on Monday. Okay. So we're going to have this entrepreneur spotlight twice a month. So make sure you get those nominations in so that we can find us a woman entrepreneur to spotlight. All right.
I have a question that I'm sure somebody is going to ask. I know that they're going to comment on the live or comment on the page. How are you going to reach out to them? Are you going to inbox them? Should they leave their phone number? Should they
yes. So I'm going to directly reach out to the person that gets nominated. So if you nominate yourself and we choose you, I'm going to reach out to you. If someone nominates you, I'm going to reach out to the person that nominated you and say, hey, we like this person that you nominated, and we want them to be our entrepreneur spotlight. And if they want to contact that person or have me do it directly, either way it go, we're going to get them on. They're going to get one here. So I'm going to make sure that.
And I'm excited about this because, and I'm excited about this because, ladies, understand that when you spotlight yourself on here, you're not just spotlighting yourself in your city. You are going to be nationally putting your business on a big stage. So this is a really big, huge opportunity. We're all about supporting women, uplifting women, and making sure that we are getting your information out there because we don't want to hide nothing. We want all of us to win. So please, please, please leave that information, put your business there so that we can get you on here, so that we can get you the money that you need or the services that your community may need that they don't even know that you provide.
Absolutely. Yes. All right. So ladies, do you have any closing remarks for the show tonight? Anything you want to put out there? You guys, don't forget, make sure you can follow us on all of our social media pages. Definitely. You can follow right here, Maria B. You can follow her on Facebook with her name, Maria Beth Wood Stanfield. I believe she has some other social media pages as well. You can follow Sunny. I have her TikTok, Cherise. You can follow the beautiful Miss Sharon right here on TikTok at Sharon Sings Baby. She be singing. So if you want to hear some good singing, go to her TikTok page. Of course, you can follow me on all these places right here: Facebook, X, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere, all those places. We got Miss Yvette Renee on Facebook, and then you can follow Dawn on Facebook, Dawn M. Trotter. Yes, so make sure you guys are doing that, and don't forget the 1 Hour Girls Talk Facebook page. Follow that. And if you ever want to email us, you have questions, the email is 1hourgirlstalk@gmail.com. And that's one spelled out ONE. 1hourgirlstalk@gmail.com. All right.
I just want to close with one thing, and it's not even for me. And she didn't highlight it, so I'm going to let her highlight it. Sunny, don't you got something coming up?
Oh yeah, I do have an event coming. I do have an event coming up. I'm not gonna highlight it today. I might bring it up next. Our next live. Oh, hold on. But yes, I do have an event coming up at the end of the month, this month, you guys, for Black History Month. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, we do a lot. So follow us everywhere that Lady Bird said, follow us and take care of your health. I know the temperatures I'm in Michigan, I'm in Detroit, so we're in the single digits. But just, whatever you could do in terms of walking 20 minutes, whether you're at the hospital, whether you're at your job and you just walk on your lunch, just take care of your health. It's Heart Health Month, so take care of your heart.
Yeah. And just be true to yourself, ladies and gents that are watching. Make sure that you are loving yourself first, because your self-care is going to help you be the best person to you and also to those that you care and love for. Ladies, get tested, please. I don't care if you're in a relationship and you feel like it's committed. If you're married, get tested. Make it a part of your annual visit. It's better to know than not know. And even if nothing comes back positive, that's good, but just get tested. Get your mammograms if you need them, please. Cancer can show up and you won't know it, and you know it doesn't end good sometimes, but sometimes it can be taken care of. So please go to your annual visits, get your blood work done, and just love on you, baby, because long as you loving on you, anybody else loving on you is not going to be a big deal if you love on you yourself. But it's always good to have that extra love.
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm so glad to be here tonight. I'm so glad I'm feeling better. I truly believe that God put this group of ladies together. Our perspective, we have something different to add. It's just a beautiful experience. I actually get a little bit emotional about it. I'm just grateful for everyone. And I always tell everybody, lead with love, lead with positivity, but also don't be a fool. Don't know when to pull back all of that and say, all right, blessings. And that's a nasty little Southern blessing. So it means so many things. So yeah, but other than that, y'all have a blessed night and come on back Monday because it's something for you. We're going to have something for you every time you see our faces. Every time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Don't forget, we are on here live every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is our show time. All right, ladies, I am excited. This was a great show. Now I'm about to go back and rewatch it.
All right.
Y'all be rewatching it? Uh-oh.
Huh?
I said, oh, you be rewatching it? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'll probably be up watching it. All right.
Okay,
guys.
supporters. Have a good night, everybody.
Yes, everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for interacting.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good night, you guys. Yay.